That was a good one. That was a good 3 days right there now. That was good work for 3 days.
How important is Saturday for the rookies to get some real full speed?
I can't wait because for me, this is really the time I get to evaluate, whether a guy can block and tackle on special teams, live tackle to the ground. Plus, you're hitting somebody else. I mean, these guys have been hitting each other, for a few weeks now, and it's getting old. It really is getting old. Same thing over and over again. So this is going to be great to have a game.
Offense and defense, we see a lot of 2s and 3s, but for you, your guys, you need the frontline guys out there.
Yeah, you'll have my frontline guys early in the game, but they're going to be out. So if you watch early, you'll see them, and then it's going to be a lot of the 2s, 3s, and I got 4 deep at everywhere, on kickoff return, and everywhere. So you're going to see a lot of different bodies, especially in the third and fourth quarter.
Who are some guys you want to get a return into Austin?
Who are the guys?
Who are some guys
I love to, I don't want to get a lot of kickoff returns, but I'd rather have more punt or kickoffs and punt returns. But I want to see everybody really. But I don't need to see a lot of Nico. Like if he gets one touch on punt, one on kick return, I'm good. I really want to see the off returners blocking. That more than anything. I like to see Bouchard get one punt return for sure. Maybe even Allen. I still got to talk to Coach, see if he's up to, with his leg and everything. But I like to see him get one, in the return game. And in Nico, not Nico, but DeJesus, I'm excited to see him. I think he's a great catcher, and he's got a lot of hunger to him. And he's going to be excited when he has the ball in his hand.
Specifically with Bouchard Smith, how is he coming along since last
He's coming along great. If you watch his blocking, that's where he really need to improve. And he's sticking it up in there as a pass blocker. Because you do that a lot in our offense. The running back's got to do that a lot, and he's doing a great job with that. He's, no question how he catches the ball out of the backfield and all that stuff. But he's stepping it up as a blocker.
Coach, so not specific to Saturday, but what would you like to see more from Nico this year in the return game?
More touchdowns. That would be great. But what he's doing now. He's got his vision's really improved. I think. Like you see it in practice, he'll see a crack in the middle, and instead of trying to run all the way around it, he'll plant a foot and get upfield and get 15, 20 extra yards. And those are the ones that sometimes they pop you and they get out on you real in a hurry. So he's catching the ball great. I'm really pleased where he's at right now.
Couple more.
You got Jake Brady still for almost a year now. Just what excites you most about?
Yeah, he's another guy.
On Saturday?
He's another guy we're excited to see. He can run. Obviously, he's been injured, so this is the first time we're getting to see him in a live situation. There's so many guys that I can't wait to see, and he's just one of them.
We got a guy coming in, Travis Kelce. You've been around this league a long time. Do we lose sight of how great his career has been?
14 years. You do it for 14 years in the NFL, that's saying something. Even as a coach, it's hard. I don't know how he does it, but he's got energy. He's out there getting everybody fired up for the long drive drill, and I don't see anything less. I don't see any different things in Kelce this year.
With Matt, he seems to have shown some evolution as he's gone in his career.
Yeah.
What else is there for him?
Yeah, this is his third year. He's improved on his touch, on his pooch punts. He's really bombing the ball now. You'll see a lot of kicks over 5-0 hang time. If he can hang the ball up 5-0, it doesn't matter who we have at gunner, they're going to be able to cover. So he cleans up a lot, as far as that goes. And he's really having a great camp right now. I'm looking forward to seeing him in the game too.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks.
Before we get to the football stuff, how was your wedding, the rest of your summer? What's it like?
It was a fun off season, man. Wedding was the best night of my life, and I appreciate everybody who came out and celebrated and had fun with us. And that's about all I really got from that night. It was a crazy night. It was full of a lot of celebration, but it's football, baby.
Last year, you joked about spending a year of your life in the dorms. Now it'll be a year and a month, I guess. Is there something about it that you look forward to?
It's always going to be my sanctuary. I think St. Joe's got a special place in my heart. A time in you need to have these days. You need to have this time of grinding with the guys, being around them all day, every day. start to create that chemistry and that standard of how we're going to do things. And this year it's ramped up even more, especially on the offensive side of the ball. And man, it feels good to have the leaders out there, all feeling the same thing.
Trav, I talk to a lot of guys in pro sports, and they tell me when they get to the league, they want to do three things: win a championship, take care of their family, and stay healthy. You've been fortunate enough to do all three. What motivates you to still come out here and still want to play football?
I still got a lot of love for this game. I still think I can go out and play at a high level, and I want to go out there and prove myself that I can play at a better level than I did last year. And I think that's probably the biggest thing for me is making sure that I'm accountable for the guys in this room and every single play that I'm out there.
That's what motivates you. Change from year 1 to year 14.
I mean, year 1 I was just trying to make the team, I guess. So I think this year, not only making the team, but trying to figure out how I can bring guys along with me and show them how to play championship football. I think that's a big thing, and then be able to just enjoy these moments with the guys that I've built this culture with, and Coach Reed and guys like Pat and Chris Jones and George and everybody. So. All aspects of football, man. Being more accountable when the ball's in the air. There were a few games last year that I felt like I put on myself. In the blocking world, being able to get my guys so we can spring guys for bigger gains. And then on top of that, just being a better leader, and when we get stuck in a with adversity hitting, who's going to be able to, who's going to want you in that foxhole with you? And that's one of those things that I want to be one of those guys that everybody counts on to be there and get us out of that foxhole.
Last year, is it already behind you? Is something that's still in your mind?
The fact that we didn't make the playoffs, I moved on pretty quick. But I think once we get back into OTAs and right now, I think everybody feels everything's got to get turned up a little bit, and that's what you're seeing right now.
All of a sudden, this is Patrick's 10th season, and I just wonder if you might recall some of your first interactions with him, and maybe just the arc of your relationship with him since then.
One of the most surprising things you'll ever find out about playing with Pat Mahomes is the guy's got a good cadence. There's some with the frequency of his voice, and when he says it really gets you to. So everybody just got to mentally, when you're tired, you really got to lock in because that frequency it gets you to jump no matter what. It's a good cadence. Everybody knows I love that guy. That's a brother to me. I'm so proud of the way he handled adversity from last year to right now. Obviously, we still got about a month, less than a month till the first game. But if you see him out here, man, you see him enjoying the game, competing at a high level, not thinking about the knee. And he's playing his tail off right now and leading us is the biggest thing. Is when you get your leaders out there, your best players out there, and they're setting the tone, setting the standard of the team. As long as 1-5's out there doing that, man, we're going to be a good football team.
Obviously, he's grown in so many ways, but do you see some parts of him that you value because he's still the same guy?
I would say the accountability to everybody around him. There's one thing everybody's, you can either, lead by example or lead with your voice. I think he's been more prone to, obviously he's always led by example, but to hold somebody accountable man to man and try and get the best out of them without them turning on you, things like that, especially in the dog days at camp, you can get real ugly mentally, but I think Pat does an unbelievable job of that, and it's been one of those things that's gotten better and better over the years, just as he holds me accountable, Feel ready to rock and roll. I mean, third day in camp for, I think, 9 day in pads, third day in pads this week. Body feels good. I was able to finish in a strong way, and just trying to make sure I set that example for the guys around me to know that, this is the standard.
What are your impressions of Ken Walker?
Woo! Ken Walker's going to be a hell of a ball player for us, if you didn't know that already. He's got every trait you could possibly want at the running back position. And on top of that, his mentality, how smart he is, his physicality, his aggression, and how he runs with the football and just plays the game. I can't say enough about him as a teammate. We got an absolute superstar on and off the field in 9.
Travis, Eric Benson back, and we talked to you about that earlier, but now gone through some camp with him. What has he brought being back here with you guys, especially for the guys who haven't been around him?
One, you got intensity. Intensity is the first thing, and that intensity is infectious. It makes you want to scream motherfucker at everybody doing the wrong thing, and I love that shit. It's one of my favorite things about him. I don't think there's enough of that in the world, let alone in this building, and I think EB's one of those guys where his accountability is going to piss you off, but if you treat it the right way and you act the right way or respond the right way with it, you're going to become better of it, and it's going to make the team a better team because of it. And it's one of those things that I think we really missed here in Kansas City.
So that last year you talked about, it was kind of a weird year last year. Was that something that maybe wasn't there?
1,000%. And that's not to say that, it was on anybody specific. I'd put my hand in the air and I say, there were things that I could have done better in that regard. And it's one of those things that I'm working on. It's not just going to be enemy out here holding people accountable. It's the guys that are doing it the right way holding people accountable too.
How excited are you to bring that connection back with Mahomes, considering how last season ended?
Say it again?
How excited are you to bring that connection back with Mahomes, considering how last season ended?
I mean, we got a lot of great players on this offense, man. It's not just me. I think, we got some young guys that can play in Cyrus Allen, Jay Royals. Obviously, Quan is coming back. He's looking great running down the field. And we got Xavier Worthy, who, if you see him in the offseason, we just got to give him a little healthy right now. But that he's a man on a mission right now. And I love the way he's working and his attention to detail and how he's running his routes. And just, the aggression that he's running his routes in. When we get him back out here, man, we'll be a full arsenal. And I think Pat has done an unbelievable job of not only getting himself ready for here, but working with these receivers and making sure that everybody's, living up to that standard of how we're going to play this year. And you can't forget Rashee Rice, man. Rashee Rice is out here working his tail off, trying to get right as well. And we love for getting out here and getting through these dog days, knowing he's coming off a knee surgery.
Last few guys, Nick, go ahead.
Travis, for you, what did the moment mean? Because you watched sports since you were a little kid. What did the moment mean to be in that venue, Madison Square Garden, for the most important?
MSG, man. I always told myself I'd go for a playoff game when the Knicks were rocking. And my wife went when I was stuck in a mini camp, so I didn't get my opportunity to go then. So it's kind of cool to be able to, live out my childhood dream of being in that venue and, the mecca of all sports venues, being able to get married in there. Can't thank, the owners of MSG for allowing us to get the opportunity to do that, knowing that we wanted a private event and everything. So it was perfect. And the AC was cooking, baby. That was the best part.
These past few years with the podcast with your brother, I guess, what does it mean that you're going to have these memories with him of kind of discussing, what could be the latter years of your career, recorded and sharing those with people?
Man, it's a blessing in disguise, man. I had no idea it would get to this point, that is new heights and then how big it's gotten. I'm so fortunate that, my brother was, on board with being able to do this, because it's not only, giving us another avenue of way of life, but and a broader audience and things that we want to do off the field, but it's brought us closer and given us a certain amount of time throughout the week that you just get to sit down and shoot the shit with your bro. So it's memories I'll never forget. Every single time we jump on, we're laughing for 4 hours. It's only supposed to be a 2-hour recording. We're laughing for another 2.5. So it's a beautiful thing. Obviously the first year we did it, we went to the Super Bowl, played each other in the Super Bowl, and that will be the most magical year, knowing that, we got to put our family on display in a way that we hadn't before. But to be able to keep doing this and get the guests that we're doing, we're just so thankful, and we want to be able to tell everybody's story as well as ours.
Last one, Sam.
Travis, called St. Julian Sanctuary. I just wondered if this being up here prompts you to reflect on the other times you've been up here and what it's saying.
I'll tell you what, I like to play the old man and just tell everybody how good we got it when they like to complain about the cat food and driving all the way up here and what the conditioning test used to be to what it is now, and how many plays the long drive drill was back then and now what it is now. And not that Andy's getting soft on us, but just a different day and age, man. But it's fun to reflect in those kind of ways, just to shoot the shit and kind of poke fun at the young guys for complaining about how things are and how hard it is to be an NFL football player and, the beauty of it all. So, like I said, this place has a special place in my heart. A lot of it is due to the fans coming up here and showing love every single day. It doesn't go unnoticed. a lot of times that gets you through the dog days and the tough days. And you know, it's definitely some place that I'll always remember when I think about football.
Thanks, Jeff.
Have a good one, guys.
Going.
I guess what was the process of improving in that area?
Making that an emphasis and then figuring out the technique cues that helped me do that. Funny enough, I had like a really important thought pregame of the Eagles last year. It's kind of weird to like implement it after figuring it out kind of that short term, but that thought kind of helped me throughout the whole year and the offseason as well.
I've seen you do a lot of bench press. I know that was a big thing rookie year, but just your improvement in that area the last couple of years.
Yeah, no, that's a big emphasis, and I've never been more excited for those punts in my career. I used to, especially in college, I hated them because I just wanted to hit the ball far. But after hitting kind of a lot of touchbacks my first year, second year having very few, kind of this year I'm looking to be a little bit more lethal in there, still have the mistakes be rare, but you know, it's a game-changing play if you can pin it inside the 5. So I'm looking to do that a lot more this year.
What about the operation? You and Harrison and James have been together for a few years now. How's that gone?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, the longer you play with people, you learn their tendencies, you kind of learn where their mind goes on game day and stuff like that. So it's definitely helped our chemistry grow over the past couple of years.
Anything else?
What's the trick in like on a good point? What's the trick like on the difference with kicking the ball far versus kicking the ball high and short?
It's like two completely different swings. It's like in golf, like a driver versus your 60 degree. I mean, there's different thought processes on both of them because there's different outcomes that you want. So really, it's kind of completely keeping them separate. That's helped me.
On the left.
You and Harrison were on a team at Full Crest Mini Golf. Tell me a little bit about how you guys like to enjoy the time when you're out here for camp.
Yeah, it's good. We do have a little bit more time on our hands than the other players because we have less meetings and obviously less strategy and stuff. But it's good to get out and do stuff like that. And as weird as it may sound, I'm a big believer that stuff helps us. Like we're going out there to compete. We're keeping track of who's winning. Comes down to the final hole. Like 2 dudes are in contention for who's going to win the day. Like that's kind of similar to what we do out here. So yeah, we like to do that as much as we can.
Matt, what have you seen from Harrison so far out here? I know he's trying to change things and focus on, he said 37 to 50 yards.
Yeah, we've changed our practice process a little bit. We've been bouncing around specifically for field goal period versus just the traditional start close and finish with the far kicks. But just continuing to learn, continuing to grow, dial in our process. Yeah, it's been a good camp so far.
Thanks, Matt.
Who is the best manager?
Me and Harrison are tied right now. James has no wins currently, but I'm sure he'll come back strong. He sent us a picture. He was getting fitted for a putter, so that might help. Yeah.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Fire away, guys.
How does a starting lineman on a team that goes undefeated and wins the national championship somehow fly under the radar? How'd that happen to you?
Man, honestly, man, just hard work and competition and consistency, bro. And I think that's really one of the biggest things I took. And didn't let the naysayers really say anything too much, and then kept my head down and kept driving forward. Yeah. It's been really good, man. I think it's really helpful for all of us. Actually, everything's been going good. I mean, I see everything as beneficial, you know what I'm saying, with the team, everything when it comes to the teammates and they're lifting us up, especially as rookies. You want to do the best as you can, especially to try to keep the coaches how they're supposed to be and really take those coaching points and really keep everything and, you know what I'm saying, moving forward.
Did you have any conversations with the Chiefs before the draft? And What led to your decision to try out for them?
Honestly, man, I just kind of kept my head down. I knew my time was going to come, and really just stayed humble and stayed faithful, and kept praying to God and just making sure that I was ready to be called when it was that time.
What was that draft process like for you? Was there disappointment not to hear?
Nah, honestly, man, because like realistically, whatever position you get put in, you got to take it on the chin. Being a football player, stuff happens, and just being able to just move past one thing and then be able to put the one foot before the other one and keep going and making sure that there's nothing left on the table for each. So,
What was it like when you got signed and you didn't get the chance? What was that?
Honestly, man, it was good. I know coming in here, you're gonna be having like those type of eyes on you and everything, but being a football player, you're gonna have a lot of fans looking at you, and then you got to get used to it and just being able to work and then be able to continue to work and being consistent in what you're doing. I feel like that's the biggest thing. So it was honestly a good thing. So yeah.
It was really significant to you, obviously, just knowing you had the moment, the opportunity, because I guess there could have been a time you doubted you were going to get the opportunity.
Nah, man, never. Opportunity comes when we all work together. You know what I'm saying? So as a team, man, we got to put our best foot forward, and then do what we got to do. You know what I'm saying, to keep everything going straight forward.
You haven't played in a game or even a preseason game yet, but when did you feel like, yeah, I belong here? Was it very early on, or was it when you got down here to camp? When did it click?
Like I said, like being a football player, it always has to click. I think just being really an offensive lineman as well too, because you got to have it in the back of your mind that whatever quarterback's behind you, you got to make sure that they don't get touched at all. So as a football player and as an offensive lineman, man, like our mind is always staying on the one goal and make sure the team does the best we can to make sure we get to where we need to go.
We'll go Nick and then Pete.
Kahlil, for you, what do you take pride in as an offensive lineman that you want to put on tape for opponents to see?
Man, showing the humbleness, man, and the confidence, and the coaches being able to trust you, and being able to move forward when there's times to be corrected, being able to be corrected, and then being able to just go out there the next play and then do what you got to do the next play.
You've been a little outside, inside, these past couple of months. I guess what's been the most challenging part about shifting back and forth?
I don't feel like it's really no challenge. Honestly, but you gotta be able to adjust when it's time when your number's being called. You gotta be ready to adjust whatever happens, because you just never know what could happen. And at any point in time, you just gotta be ready to move forward, and then just have everything ready, and your mental ready, and then your body ready to go. So yeah.
Last one, Sam.
A lot of these guys that you're playing with play as rookies as well, played immediately. How has that been maybe helpful leaning on their experience?
I would say, man, like being able to take those coaching points from them and as well as from your coaches, because you just never know, because anything could happen. Like I said, like being ready and being able to be ready when your number is called. Those guys that are vets and everybody here has been making sure that all those rookies are being on point and being able to have those coaching points when that time comes and their coaches say something that we need to answer to, we know we'll be ready for it. So honestly, man, I appreciate everything that's been going on here, man. They took us in and making sure that we're ready for whatever happens. So it's been really good.
Thanks, Kahlil.
No problem. Thank y'all.